A group, Civil Society Action Coalition on Education for All, CSACEFA, has advocated for the introduction of education that are relevant to the development of the country. The national moderator of the society, Duke Ogbureke, made the call at the 2023 Annual General Forum of the Coalition in Abuja. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the forum with the theme, Education 2030, Advancing CSO's Participation, brought stakeholders together to brainstorm on the actualization of the Sustainable Development Goal SDG 4 by 2030.
It's the right of every child, every human being to have lifelong education, but particularly the girl child, because we know that when you educate a girl, you educate the entire nation because of their roles that they play in ensuring the sustenance of humanity. One of the challenges is the mismatch of curricula and the present environment. So we must invest money in research to ensure that the type of education we give to our people is an empowering education that liberates them and empowers them and helps them, even as individuals, not depending on government, to be able to become productive and be able to life skills and income generating capacity to be able to, first of all, meet their basic necessary means and contribute to the development of the country.
On the incidence of gender-based violence, GBV, he said that failure of the education system was responsible for the high rate of GBV in the country and must be addressed in earnest.
It's unfortunate that incidences of gender-based violence is on the rise in the country, and it can be attributable to several factors: economic pressure, but most importantly, the failure of education in our system. Because we believe that when people are rightly educated, they will not resort to violence, violent ways of settling disputes and conflicts. Conflict will always arise, but there are several other ways of settling them instead of resorting to violence. So it is the responsibility of all of us to ensure that the girl child and women are protected, that they live in safe, productive environments. And that is why we are emphasizing that the girl child need to have access to school. Because when a girl child is educated, she will not subject herself to violent and abusive relationship. It is lack of education that would make somebody to want to continue to subject his or herself to a violent and unhealthy relationship.
Also, the Minister of State for Water Resources and Sanitation, Bello Goronyo, charged the coalition to take collective responsibility to dismantle educational barriers.
The theme of this year's program, Education for All, resonates profoundly. It is a call to action, urging us to address the barriers that hinder access to education. These barriers may manifest as economic disparity, gender inequality, inadequate infrastructure, or systemic issues. As a coalition, it is our collective responsibility to dismantle these barriers, ensuring that no child is left behind and that every citizen has the opportunity to learn and thrive. Education is the cornerstone of progress, the key to unlocking the full potentials of individuals or societies alike. It is not just a fundamental right, it is a bedrock on which we build a future of equality, opportunity, and prosperity. Today, as we gather here under the banner of CSACEFA, we reaffirm our commitment to ensure every Nigerian has access to quality education regardless of his or her background or circumstance.
For her part, the policy advisor and national coordinator of the coalition, Mrs. Odinakachi Ahanono, called on CSOs to come together to represent the masses and the vulnerable children.
We just have 7 years to Education 2030, and looking at the way we have been working, both the civil society and government, it might be very difficult for Nigeria to attain the SDG 2030. So it is very important that all stakeholders, the civil society in particular, who represent the masses and the vulnerable children in Nigeria. If you recall, we have 20 million out-of-school children and still counting. So there is need for civil society to buckle up to do the needful, to make sure they hold government account on education funding, so that all the necessary infrastructures and teachers development that need to bring these children back to school is put in place.